before I go into my spoken word, I'm going to sing the beginning of the song I wrote in Spanish. It talks about how when God thought about making me, he said to himself, I'm going to make a princess. And he placed his identity in my mind and in my heart. And he sent me to a broken world full of sin and evil, and placed me in the hands of my mom and my dad, and said to me, go be my princess. And then the chorus repeats itself, saying that my Father, my Heavenly Father, loves me so much that he gives me identity. My Heavenly Father loves me so much, he positions me to reign. Cuando Dios pensó en mí, Él dijo así, haré una princesa, me puso identidad en mi mente y corazón, y se dijo, he aquí una princesa, y me envió a un mundo roto de maldad y pecado, a pesar de mi realeza, me puso en las manos de mi madre y mi padre, y me dijo, ve y sé mi princesa, sí. Mi padre me ama tanto, mi padre me ama tanto, mi padre me ama tanto, me da identidad, mi padre me ama tanto, mi padre me ama tanto, mi padre me me pone a reinar. And on that day, when my entire world was darkened, I received a huge blow and that identity was shattered to pieces. And all I could see flailing in the wind were the shining pieces of my broken self. So I tucked them away in the hopes you'd never find out how broken I really was and really am. And there was this huge divide between I and the rest of the human beings made in his image and likeness. I showed you what you wanted to see, and while you marveled at my abilities, I will yearn for the broken me. But again, I will tuck it away, hoping someday I would become the one you saw when you saw me. There was no going back. I would never be that princess again. And so I lived, and people liked what they saw when they saw me. But there was a fear inside crippling me because I was all covered up. It was like a cheap makeup I had to touch and retouch again. But then, one day, my Father spoke to me, and I wept. I wept for the loss of years. I wept for the little girl who didn't know how loved and approved she was. My Father took those pieces and put me back together. And there were some pieces I was afraid he'd put back because I knew you wouldn't like those. Yet he took his time and he glued me back in his grace. And when he prompted me to show myself, I was terrified. And I'd say, I'm not broken anymore. Why can't I show myself? Is it okay, I'd ask repeatedly, is it okay to be who I am? Is it okay to have others disagree with me? And my Father said, my daughter, I am good. And when I made you, I said you are very good. And I said, I am? Then why doesn't the rest of the world agree? My daughter, he said, the rest of the world does not agree with me. So I want you to rise up, be who you are, be very good. And when you do, you'll give courage to all my other little girls who don't believe they are good either. So image bearers, here I am, broken pieces put together with beautiful cracks. And I am very good. I am a princess. I agree. It took this long to find the courage and voice to say, I am, just as my Father says he is. And among all the names I bear that could never fully define who he made me to be, I am.